Lila, a gentle but determined village girl, walks through the bustling market, violin case in hand, her hopeful brown eyes scanning the horizon for something more. Beyond the veil of ancient trees, Lucian stood alone, a shadow cloaked in midnight. His crimson eyes, fierce yet weary, pierced the darkness as he watched the village's fragile light flicker in the distance, a silent witness to a loneliness that stretched across centuries. Within the attic's gentle glow, Lila's fingers danced over strings, coaxing melodies from her violin that whispered secrets only the night could hear. Wildflowers bowed in the soft candlelight, and the music wove a fragile thread between her heart and the restless woods. By the still pond, the moon's pale face mirrored Lucian's torment. His reflection flickered, half man, half beast, a cruel reminder of the curse that bound his soul, a curse that whispered of isolation and endless longing beneath the silvered sky. A haunting tune drifted through the night air, delicate as a sigh and sharp as a blade. Lucian's eyes closed, the music pulling him from shadowed solitude, stirring a forgotten hope that perhaps the melody was meant for him alone. Step by cautious step, Lucian emerged from the forest's embrace, drawn by the song's fragile thread. Each note was a beacon, a summons he dared not resist, even as the weight of ancient laws pressed heavy upon his shoulders. It spilled across Lila's open diary, revealing sketches of wolves and swirling symbols. Her heart beat with a secret rhythm, a silent question echoing in the quiet. Could the forest hold the answers she sought, or only shadows? In a clearing bathed in silver light, their eyes met, a collision of worlds. Lila's breath caught as Lucian stepped from the shadows, regal and wild, and in that suspended moment, the forest itself seemed to hold its breath. Words faltered on trembling lips, replaced by a gaze that spoke of wonder and wariness. Between them hung a fragile thread of curiosity, fragile as dawn's first light, promising both danger and discovery. Whispers curled like smoke through the village streets, wary eyes turning toward the forest's edge. Tales of monsters and curses stirred unease, and beneath the watchful stars, Lila's nightly wanderings became a spark that threatened to ignite old fears. In the shadowed halls of the council, ancient voices echoed like thunder. Lucian's heart clenched beneath their weight, torn between the cold chains of duty and the wild flame of a love that dared to defy fate. By the hearth's warm glow, Lila's grandmother spoke in riddles and half-truths, her eyes gleaming with secrets long buried. Some loves, she whispered, are written in the stars, but not all stars shine without shadow. Beneath the moon's watchful eye, violin and howl entwined in a song older than memory. Magic blossomed in the air, petals swirling like whispered promises, as the forest stirred with a power both beautiful and dangerous. Eyes gleamed from hidden thickets, villagers and wolves alike, silent and watchful. Their breath caught in the cold night, hearts pounding with suspicion and dread, as the lovers' secret melody wove through the trees. Before the council's stern gaze, Lucian stood unyielding, his crimson eyes blazing with defiance. The ancient laws trembled beneath his resolve, but the price of rebellion whispered of ruin and heartbreak. The village hall's dim light, Lila's voice rang clear and steady, a beacon against the storm. Her eyes, fierce and unwavering, challenged the shadows of doubt that sought to bind her heart. Under twilight's soft embrace, they bared their souls' tales of loss, of hidden power, and a destiny entwined with the forest's ancient magic. In their shared vulnerability, a fragile hope took root. Stars twinkled like scattered jewels as they danced beneath the night's velvet cloak. Laughter mingled with longing, and fireflies traced their steps, weaving a spell of light and shadow around their entwined hearts. Dark whispers spread like wildfire, igniting fear in human and wolf alike. The fragile peace shattered as both worlds prepared to strike, their eyes burning with suspicion and old wounds. By flickering firelight, Lila's grandmother's voice grew grave, Love such as yours, she warned, can heal or destroy. The choice lies hidden in the shadows you cannot yet see. Alone in the moonlit silence, Lucian's heart thundered with a choice that could unravel kingdoms. The path ahead was shrouded in peril, but his love burned brighter than any fear. In the village square, her violin sang a desperate plea for understanding. Faces softened, some hardened, and beneath the fading light, the first cracks appeared in the walls of suspicion. Hand in hand, they fled into the enchanted forest, where ancient trees whispered secrets, and magic pulsed beneath the earth. But even sanctuary held its shadows. In a hidden glade, time slowed to a breath. Bathed in dappled sunlight and surrounded by blooming wildflowers, they found a fragile peace one that trembled with the promise of dawn or doom. Lucian knelt, his voice a vow carried on the wind. No darkness, no curse, will keep me from you. Their hands entwined, glowing with a magic older than the forest itself. A shadow slipped through the trees. A friend turned foe. The sanctuary shattered as secrets spilled like blood, and the forest's silence was broken by the sound of footsteps closing in. Silver chains bit into Lucian's wrists as he was dragged from the shadows, his defiance burning bright despite his bonds. Lila's cries echoed through the night, a desperate song of loss and hope. Separated by cruel fate, Lila clung to her violin in the cold dark, while Lucian's crimson eyes burned with fury and sorrow behind iron bars. The moon hid its face, and despair threatened to consume them both. In the quiet hours before dawn, Lila's grandmother revealed a secret, long kept a forgotten tale of love's power to break curses, if only they dared to believe. With memories of Lila igniting his spirit, Lucian shattered his chains. Freedom was his, but the path ahead was fraught with peril and sacrifice. Before the divided village, Lila stood tall, her violin raised like a banner. Her voice carried the strength of hope and defiance, daring the world to choose love over fear. The forest became a battleground as hunters and hunted raced beneath tangled branches. Magic and desperation intertwined as Lucian and Lila fought to outrun the shadows closing in. Beneath the towering sacred tree, its roots glowing with ancient runes, they made their final stand. The air crackled with raw magic, and fate held its breath. Lucian stepped into a circle of moonlight, offering his immortality as a sacrifice. The forest trembled with power, and Lila reached for him, tears and hope mingling in her eyes. Light burst forth, blinding and pure. Lucian's beastly form dissolved, revealing a man reborn. In Lila's arms he found not just humanity, but a new beginning. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky, humans and werewolves gathered, stunned and silent. The old world faded, and a fragile peace was born. Lanterns floated like stars as laughter and music filled the night. Villagers and wolves danced side by side, and at the heart of it all, Lucian and Lila moved as one. In a meadow awash with wildflowers, they vowed to guard the fragile harmony they had forged. Their love, a beacon shining against the coming darkness. From a hilltop they watched children of both worlds play beneath a sky painted with dawn's first light. The future was uncertain, but for the first time, it was theirs to shape.